Viewer discretion is advised. Is this the bridge guy? On February 13th, 2017, best friends Abby and Libby were hanging out on the Monon High Bridge Trail in Delphi, Indiana, when suddenly a man appeared on the bridge, ordering them to get down the hill. They were found deceased in the woods near the bridge. Authorities have never been able to find who the bridge guy was. There's been a lot of theories. There's been a few police photo sketches. This guy was recently arrested in Lafayette, Indiana. People believe he may be the bridge guy. On April 19th, 2021, officers were dispatched regarding a missing child report near Park Avenue in Lafayette, Indiana. Upon arrival, officers took a report stating victim 1, a child approximately 10 years old, had left her residence around 6:30 p.m. and could not be found. While officers were searching the neighborhood, they made contact with James Chadwell. Chadwell told officers victim 1 had been at his residence earlier, but had left the residence. After being unable to locate victim 1, officers returned to his residence, and they asked him for permission to check his residence for victim 1. He allowed officers into his residence, and officers Tate and Surveys checked the basement. And I'm sorry, but this is shocking. The basement was secured with a chain lock. In the basement, officers found a young girl who was visibly distraught and crying. Her clothing was on the floor beside her. She was identified as victim 1 and said Chadwell tried to kill her. Tate observed victim 1 as being injured, and she was transported by ambulance to a hospital. While victim 1 was in the hospital being treated for her injuries, police conducted a forensic interview. She told officers she went inside his residence to pet his dogs. While inside the residence, she was attacked by Chadwell. Chadwell hit her in the head multiple times because she was fighting back. What a piece of shit. Chadwell was choking her with his hands on her neck. And he used his arm as a headlock to the point where she passed out. Most of her clothes were off when she regained consciousness. What a sick, evil, disgusting piece of shit. He took her into his basement. I mean, she's only 9 or 10 years old. Using anatomical diagrams, victim 1 described he attempted to have intercourse with her. And then he forced her to give him oral sex. At one point, he got dressed to go answer the door, and that's when police found her. Riley's Children's Hospital records indicate her neck had visible lateral strangulation marks. Broken blood vessels and black eyes. Bruising to her head, her arms, and her legs. And she also had bite marks on her legs from one of his dogs. So he has a history of criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon in January of 2000. Aggravated assault with intent, possession of a firearm as a felon, receiving stolen property. He just has multiple felonies. He has been charged with attempted murder, child molestation, kidnapping. Criminal confinement resulting in serious bodily injury, battery, and strangulation. According to reports, the piece of shit asked the judge, "Who do I speak with about a psychological evaluation?" Here's the thing. He lives less than 20 miles from Delphi, Indiana, where Abby Williams and Libby German went missing 3 years ago. He is possibly linked to their disappearance and murder. The Journal and Courier reports Sheriff Toby Leesenby as confirming our investigators are looking into him. He does look like the police sketch, in my opinion. So let's talk about James Brian Chadwick. He goes by Brian Chadwick on Facebook. This is a post he made June 1st, 2021. It's important to note that he does design tattoos. Many people believe that this bicep tattoo is Libby, who went missing in Delphi, Indiana with her friend Abigail Williams. Here's an overlay that I did of Libby, and it's an exact match to his tattoo. This is an example of some of his artwork that he posted on Facebook. It's for a tattoo he's designing. And as you can see, he's pretty skilled at it. So quite possibly he designed those tattoos that are on his arms. On Facebook, he posts a lot of photos of camping. He posts a lot of photos of bridges, railroad bridges, because he does work on railroad bridges. He's a welder. He also posts a lot of images of campfires. This is a weird image that he posted of, it looks like a girl's blanket in the back of a vehicle. This is important because he posted this in 2017 in March, and it's a red vehicle. Someone on Facebook made a comment and they said, Deer Creek? Let's look at some of the posts that he's made on Facebook, because he thinks he's a real cool guy, but he's not. He posted, I'm in love with a little redhead. You make my soul smile. I'll chase you till I can't walk. Then I'll chase you in my wheelchair. Sleeping under a bridge for a while till work starts. Only 10 days, cool, dry, no neighbors, and the bridge is only 6 minutes from work. Be thankful for the little things. This is Abigail Williams on Monon High Bridge. Her friend, Libby German. This is Chadwick camping. There's a close-up of that tattoo. Very eerie. And here he is. I think he's in Tennessee in this picture. As you can see, he likes railroad bridges. He posted, the police are looking for a suspect, described as sexy, funny, and great in bed. You're safe, but where shall I hide? I don't care what laws are passed. If I see a man walk into a restroom after a little girl, I'm going to need bail money. I think I'm finally ready for my lost cabin in the woods. If you don't hear from me, know I'm smiling somewhere. So these are photos from his Facebook page. He posts a lot of river photos. Here's that red vehicle, and if I recall correctly, Delphi police were looking for a red vehicle. It's a very strange man, if you ask me. And in some of his photos, the resemblance to the police sketch is pretty accurate if you look at him. Why would he post a picture of this little kid's pink blanket? With no description plus this bonfire.